Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of Fearless Tarot, How to Give a Positive Reading in Any Situation, which is due out from Llewellyn Books this October. And if you like my approach to tarot, you are going to love this book. I worked very hard on it, and it has all my little nuggets in there. So do get a copy pre-ordered today. It is time for this week's Oracle Reveal. So earlier today on Instagram, I placed up a photo of 3 different animals. And the animals were the owl, the wolf, and the vulture. And I asked you to ask yourself, ask your intuition, which animal is getting stuck in your head, because that animal probably has a message for you. So if you're just joining us now, it does not have to be your favorite animal. It just has to be the one that seems to get lodged in your attention. The first card we're going to go over, or the first animal, is the owl spirit. And the card says, "You see clearly now." An owl is able to see in the dark. Owl can see what other people can't see. And whenever we're attracted to owl, it asks us to delve into the mysteries and to go beyond facades and the surface and really get to the heart of the matter. If you picked owl, the first card we're going to go over is where it's best to place your focus at this time. And we have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is always a card of the past. It's a card of resolving the past, but it's also a card that says that your happiness can be found where your happiness was in the past. Sometimes this is a card of revisiting something that used to bring you joy. And I like to say that your happiness is in the last place you left it. So if you feel like you've dropped it before, or that it's gone, or that it's missing at this time, it might be attached to something that you've just forgotten to do after a long time. And so this is a time to revisit your favorite things, especially things from your childhood. We got those children on the card. And so this can indicate that this is a time to let your inner child play, or maybe even read your favorite books or do your favorite activities from when you were a child. And that's going to be bringing joy to you. Advice from your inner wisdom for the owl is the Five of Cups. And on this card, we see somebody who's looking at the 3 spilled cups, and he's not looking at the 2 that are still standing. He's totally lost his joy. He's lost in this trance of negative thinking. He's worrying that more cups are going to spill, or that his losses are saying that everything's over, game over, time to move on. But what he's neglecting are those 2 standing cups behind him. And this card says all is not lost. And instead, if you are able to look at the thing in your life right now that's actually working, you're going to see that bridge also beyond those cups in the background of the card that's going to lead over the troubled waters. So right now, it's really a time of perspective for the owl people. They really have to shift through their perspective and maybe not be satisfied with what's just on the surface of the situation, but delve deeper into where their happiness is going to be, either in the past or in an old activity, or in where the energy is actually working in their life right now. So if you're in a negative thinking trance, it's time to snap out of it by doing an activity that brings some joy. And then finally, we have the mythic archetype that's going to be helping the owl people. How appropriate for the owl, we see Selene, the goddess of the moon. The moon is all about using your intuition, your instincts. And in fact, something that might bring you joy right now is work on your spirit, or work in tarot, or work on some sort of esoteric subject, or meditation. Anything that's quieting the mind and getting you to tune back in with what's going on within and what's authentic and what's beneath the surface is really going to bring the owl people joy this next week. Next, we have the wolf card, or wolf animal, and it says turn knowledge into wisdom. And wolf is the teacher of the animal kingdom. So this could be a card that says that you're going to be attracted to teaching in some way, or other people are looking to you to learn something at this time. It also says that you know something from your own personal wisdom or experience that is going to be helpful or beneficial to others at this time. So it might just say to make yourself available. The first card is where it's best to place your focus for the wolf people, and that's the 7 of Pentacles. This card says that the seeds have been planted, everything's growing beautifully, and now you kind of have to sit and wait. This is a card that says it's not quite ready for harvest right now, but instead it's a time to just tend the seeds of your goals and wait for them to bloom. Whenever I see the 7 of Pentacles, I like to think you're like 60% done with something that's in front of you, and there's still 40% to do, but at least you're over the hump. So this card is just saying that the major groundwork has been laid, and now it's just a time to be patient. Advice from your inner wisdom for the wolf people is the 10 of Cups, which is the card of gratitude and home and enjoying your home. And you can see this family that is grateful for their little house that's nestled in the thicket and the woods in the background of the card. Whenever this card comes up, it's just telling you maybe to relax, to be grateful for the things that are really going well, and also to stop and acknowledge the things that are working. When we see the Ten of Cups next to the Seven of Pentacles, both figures, or both sets of figures in the cards, are acknowledging something in front of them. In the case of the Seven of Pentacles, it's work that's already been done, and profits and things that are starting to actually start to bloom. You can see the man on the Seven of Pentacles acknowledging that. So this is an important time to step out of just being on automatic, and instead look at your life and look at what is going well, what has been growing, what's been manifesting. And that is definitely something to be grateful for. And then finally, we have the mythic archetype that's going to be helping the people who picked Wolf, and that's Aries. He's the god of war. And whenever I see Aries, he more tells me that this is a time where it's important to confront something. Something needs to be addressed or looked at or dealt with. And Aries is also a card that will tell you not to hack and slash your way through the difficulty or the challenge that needs to be confronted, but instead to pick your battles wisely and to decide, is this worth the stressing about or freaking out about? And if it isn't, put it to the side and instead place your attention on where your energy can be most proactively expressed. And also that Mars archetype comes with that Aries card. So this could be a time to get moving, especially with that Seven of Pentacles on projects or things that you can do, especially in the home with the Ten of Cups that can benefit you. And then finally, we're going to go over the people who picked Vulture. And that card says, nothing is wasted. And when we are attracted to Vulture, it's really saying that all experiences in life have value. And even though we may look at them on the surface and say, ugh, this is awful, I really don't like this, or this isn't really fun to go through, or this is just bad luck, Vulture is teaching you that there's actually some hidden wisdom or a lesson or an opportunity for growth that's going to be found in that challenge. First card for Vulture is where it's best to place their focus. Another home card. No surprise with everybody under quarantine. But we have the King of Cups, who is an archetype for being stable in your emotions. And he's also associated with the astrological sign of Cancer, which has to do with the house and the home. And whenever we see the King of Cups, he's seen to stay anchored amid these swirling waters. You can see these wavy waters around the King of Cups. There's ships flowing over them. And yet the King of Cups is unperturbed. He is totally stable on his stone throne. And this is just saying that this could be an emotionally tumultuous time. It's important to stay centered or grounded or anchored in the thing that really makes you feel that you're at home. And then we also got that whale in the background of the card of the King of Cups, which just indicates old wisdom or memory or old things that are beneath the surface are going to be coming to the surface at this time in order to be either understood or released. So this is a time to let old emotional things finally come to the surface again. Advice from your inner wisdom for the King of Cups, for the Vulture people, another home card and family. It's the Ten of Pentacles, so this is, again, saying that maybe issues with the home or family or communication can finally get aired out, and this is a card of stability. Whenever we see the Ten of Pentacles, it says you're about as stable as can be. This can indicate a change in luck or just something financially starting to work out better for you. But it indicates that there is a sense of reassurance and again, that sense of being anchored, which really looks good. And also, if you're feeling neglected or feeling lonesome, the Ten of Pentacles is telling you to reach out to family, even if it's through voice chat or video. This is really going to help anchor you as well. And the mythic archetype we have for the Vulture people is Hermes, the messenger god. And whenever we see Hermes, he's the bringer of signs and symbols. He's going to be somebody who's going to flit into your life and reveal something to you in kind of this, weird, enigmatic way. But you'll see all these little synchronicities come together and all these things start to work out. Whenever we're seeing Hermes too, it's telling you to be open to divine messages at this time. So notice those little reoccurring signs or symbols or omens or numbers that pop up all the time because there's a message in there. And that is this week's Oracle. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, visit me at elliotoracle.com. You can always schedule a reading with me there. Otherwise, I hope you all are safe and healthy, and I do appreciate you tuning in, and please do take care of yourself. Bye.